Welcome everyone to V8 Online's live and exclusive coverage of Race of Champions 3, with special thanks to Extreme Sim Gear, Direct Clock Services and Derek Spears Designs. We have had one cracker of a Race of Champions. Brilliant race we saw last time. The Lotus 79 at Interlagos with your winner Ben Cornett, but now it's time to head to Sebring with the McLaren. Joining me to catch all the action is Corey Slade. Corey, have you caught your breath yet, mate?
I'm still trying to recover from, I have to say, definitely the best race I've ever watched in sim racing, and props go out to Chris Tarrant for picking that one, because that was absolutely fantastic.
Also join us in commentary box, our commentator switched to car racer for Race of Champions, Jay Kennedy, mate. Mixed emotions for that last one.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be a car racer for much longer after that last performance, but very excited. We're about to make our very, very special announcement very, very soon. So looking forward to being around for that one. It's going to be a good race, this one as well.
Yeah, I can't believe it's gone extremely quick. It's day 2 of racing. We've had 3 races under our belt, and I think this McLaren at Sebring is going to be a lot of fun. It's a brand new race car to a lot of people. There's not a lot of people who have spent a lot of time with it, so really going to be interesting racing.
Yeah, the car's one that I'm fairly used to. I've done quite a bit of driving in it. Spent all morning, Sunday morning, racing the 2.4 hour of Daytona in this car. It's a very, very good, fun car to drive. Probably the easiest car to drive in iRacing, so it should keep the field nice and close with this fixed setup.
Now we've got a chance for a big shout out to Chris Tarrant, who's put all this together. Race of Champions doesn't cease to amaze me. I mean, every season, there's always twists and turns, brilliant racing, and the car and track combos are just sensational. It's one of the best formats you'll find in sim racing, so a big shout out to Chris. No doubt everyone's going to be very happy with, the overall racing, although there's been its fair share of dramas, but that's what you expect with Race of Champions. So we've got a race coming up shortly, but I think something that has been on the edge of everyone's lips, Mr. Kennedy, is our special announcement, mate.
Yeah, we've been tightly lipped about it. We've had guys try and get it out of us, and I think we've done a pretty good job to keep it under wraps right up until now, but we can go to our special video and announce our new something. Find out in just a second. So very, very proud V8's Online to announce that V8 Supercar Fan Group are partnering with us to take our broadcast to a next level, whole new level. You'll notice immediately starting from next week, we will be in a lot better quality in our broadcasts. We'll have a lot of new things coming. V8 Supercar Fan Group, very, very passionate about supporting racing, whether it be sim or live. So very, very proud and honoured that after 14 months of hard work, we've actually got someone come on board and help us out with our broadcast.
Yeah, it's exciting times for V8s online. It's definitely going to take our broadcast to a new level. It's brilliant to have V8 Supercar Fan Group on board, and yeah, hopefully we can get Justin in next week, and we'll have a bit more of a chat. But unfortunately, he's a bit caught up with all the weather conditions that's going on in Queensland. If you're up to speed, there's floods and everything else going up there. So I wish everyone who's involved up there in Queensland, to stay safe, and fingers crossed we'll get to talk to Justin next week in our V8 Supercar broadcast for our new season.
Yeah, of course, next season as well, we'll be starting half an hour earlier than what you're used to. So Eastern Daylight Savings Time will be at 8:30. They'll be half an hour earlier than normal.
Right, Jay, let's get to the job at hand, mate. It's the last race of Race of Champions. We've got the McLaren around Sebring. Your thoughts, buddy?
Good fun combo. I'm shocked it's very, very tight, and I think we'll see some pretty close racing, but I'm sure we'll get the action that you saw in the race just before. Probably the most confident combination I've done in this Race of Champions before I hand the Race of Champions keys back to you, Sam, for next one.
Mate, some of the chaos, I don't know, I'm a bit worried, but I'm at the end of the day, I'm over it. I can't tell you how excited I am to get back into Race of Champions. It's a brilliant event, and it's something that everyone talks about. As soon as we wrap up tonight, everyone's going to be already talking about Race of Champions 4. So it's going to be a brilliant event, and you got to give it your best, mate. It's the last race, 28 laps, and you've got a pit stop to throw in there as well, mate.
Yeah, tough pit entry too as I spin it around down the back straight. That was great. No doubt Seth just put the cameras on me.
Yeah,
on me all the time. That's good. Thanks.
It's a tricky little racetrack, though. I think a few people probably didn't expect to see the McLaren here at Sebring being in such a tight, twisty little track.
If it was one of the Sebring alternate tracks, I would have thought it would have been the alternate one, the other version, which has a couple of long straights and sharp hairpins. So, just for your guys' information, we've got about 7 laps of fuel in the car. So, you'll see the pit stops very, very, very early.
Just got word too, it's a compulsory pit stop and a rolling start, so that'll make things a little bit easier. All right, mate. Well, what do we got? We've got about 9 minutes, or 8 minutes to go in this practice session, mate. Maybe we should let you go and get used to this circuit, and we'll stop screaming in your ear for a little bit.
Thanks, guys. I'm very excited with the alliance with V8 Supercar Fan Group.
Yep, no doubt. We'll touch on that more next week, but yeah. Everyone at V8's Online is super excited. The deal with V8 Supercar Fan Group, it's going to take our broadcasts to a whole new level, and I think we're going to expect bigger and badder things from 2013. It's going to be sensational.
Yeah, can't wait.
All right, mate, all the best. We'll chat to you a little bit later on, and hopefully Seb and Corey don't jinx you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So there you go. 28 laps around Sebring. These boys are going to have their work cut out for them. Have you done many laps around here, Corey?
Yeah, it's one of my personal favourite tracks. I mean, I know a lot of guys don't like it because it is so short and so hectic, but I did a fair few, or probably about a year or two ago now in the V8 Supercar. I managed to get my only ever top split V8 win. So, it's a good little track though. I think these guys are lapping it just over a minute, so it's going to be tight, and it's got a couple of slower corners and a big long straight. But I think it's going to be probably one of the closest in qualifying for sure, and one of the more, I guess, after the last race, you can't say more hectic, but more frantic rather. With the lap, it's only 60 seconds long.
Brilliant cars. They just look sensational. They sound the part. They're really great fun to drive. I haven't had the chance to drive them around Sebring, but yeah, these guys are going to have their work cut out for them. The fastest in practice at the moment, Josh Bubbleton, pretty keen to get number 1 back on the door for a Race of Champions 4. Fastest time of a 1 minute .780, and that's just over Crystal Osborne, who's in P2, 1 minute 923. So might take this chance to go on board with Chris Tarrant and have a lap here with the McLaren around the Sebring Club. So brilliant to see the way these guys have to throw these cars around this racetrack. And the best bit is there's still 39 cars out, or 35 cars on track at the moment. So certainly going to have our fair share of action. Oh, so we see a bit of carnage with Chris Tarrant involved there.
Yeah, I'm going to say this car is probably the best car in my opinion on the service. And I mean, yes, whilst I think it's the easiest, it's one of those ones that get the pace out of it. You need to be squeezing it absolutely on the limit and get every little bit out of it as you can. But this is going to be fantastic. A fantastic little racetrack and an amazing car. Just watching guys also. The pit entry here is another thing we're going to have to watch out for today, Sam. It is the pit entry here is really difficult. It's sort of halfway down. I guess I wouldn't call it a straight, but where the gridding will take place, and they sort of jink off to the right, and then it's a hard right-hand corner turn. And anyone that's in the first couple of bays are actually going to need to slow it right down to make sure they get into their boxes.
I see a lot of boys speculating in the driver chat, talking about maybe reverse grids and everything else. Obviously, you know, you never rule out a reverse grid in Race of Champions, but you know, who knows? I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, the masterminds behind this event always have something to shake it up a bit. You know, we saw one yesterday, and it makes me wonder if we're going to see another one tonight. And I think it'll be interesting. I mean, this place is going to be hard to pass as well. So in a way, I kind of think it'd be nice to maybe see a reverse top 10 or 15 even.
Yeah, definitely. Never rule it out. I actually don't mind the idea of reversing the top 10, but I guess we'll just wait and see. You never know what Chris has got up his sleeve. But I hear even off air last night he was already preparing for Race of Champions 4, which is exciting in itself. It's a shame that these races go so quick. There's so much action, and I think the best part that we've seen, we've had 3 different races and 3 different race winners, which is brilliant.
Yeah, it's been a good variety so far this season, and I'll tell you what, that next Race of Champions, I've missed all 3 of them so far, and I'm going to try my absolute hardest to make sure I can get there for that 4th one.
So about 3.5 minutes left in this warm-up session before qualifying gets underway. 15 minutes, the same format as everyone's had over the last 3 races. So give these guys a chance. Hopefully, most of them are trying that tricky pit entrance as well, because that could make or break someone's race.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, it's going to be hard for those guys that are at the towards the back of the pack as well, trying to get in the pit lane. But I can also tell you, Sam, man, that I've got my live timing working again for qualifying, so it should make things a little bit easier knowing who's where in the top 10.
Fantastic. Yeah, normally we do have all qualifying results on screen, but the way the format of racing is, we have qualifying in a separate room compared to the race room. So it's great. We'll have all that live time in there, and Corey will be able to read it out to everyone. So brilliant stuff.
Yeah, I love watching these guys absolutely push the limits of these cars. It's got so much grip. You got your foot flat to the floor on the brake, and then flat to the floor on the exit of the corners on the accelerator. So they're one of the most fun cars I've ever driven in sim racing, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely got a lot of comments from all the members at iRacing when it was released. I know there was a lot of people keen for its release, and everyone was overly impressed on just how good it drives out of the box, just with a default setup in it. It's a really great car to drive, and really rewarding when you work on setups and get it down pat.
Looks like we've got so far 35 guys that have recorded a lap time, and that's a lot of cars for such a short little racetrack. Fastest time so far is a 1 minute .780 from Joshua Muggleton. So go show how short the lap is here.
Just got word that Justin Murray join us in the pits. Sorry, Justin Murray. Justin Murray, has he joined us yet? He's on his way up into the commentary box, which is good, and obviously massive news with V8's Online and the partnership with V8 Supercar Fan Group. We look forward to chatting to him in just a few minutes as soon as he pops into the commentary box. So fastest time of practice, still Josh Muggleton. someone who punched straight up into P2, Scott McLaughlin. Brilliant time there, 1 minute .849. So time's really switching and changing. These guys got their work cut out for them, but looks like most of them are adapting fairly quickly, which is good to see. As this session's just about to come to a close, we're in the dying seconds, just under 30 seconds to go for warm-up, and then, like I said, we head into that 15-minute qualifying session. But fastest so far, Josh Muggleton. Josh has managed to score a win. He scored a win yesterday at Homestead Miami Speedway in the Legends, and his pace that he's shown at the moment, be pretty keen to get another win under the belt, especially after what happened to him in the last race. So the session's drawing to a close now. It's 15 minutes qualifying. Anything can happen. A lot of these guys will just run around in practice, just making sure that they get used to the track and not necessarily run out on fresh tyres. So a lot of these guys you may find their times will improve greatly just because chance of new fresh rubber on the car. And as usual, we see them all hustling out of the pits. It's good to get a bit of track position. You see Muggo's got himself in second on the grid at the moment just to try and get some of that clear air, because that's hugely important with this many cars on the racetrack. So Corey, qualifying underway, mate. I don't know. It's I reckon Muggo's be pretty fired up. He had a great race in that last one to come back from his first lap incident, managed to finish 8th. He's already had a win yesterday in race 2 and top of the timesheets at the moment. I think the money would be on him for qualifying, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, he set the top times, the top of the chart rather, in warm up. So he's definitely got the pace here, but not to sound biased or anything, but Renz Brookman was actually the defending McLaren champion. Also, although they only did half a season when it got released, he managed to win that. So I reckon keep an eye on him. He was down in about 15th in the warm-up, and I think he's got a little bit more under his belt. That said, I have got reports that he's having a few wheel dramas that may also be broken. So not good for the international out there at the moment. But I tell you, this is absolutely crazy watching all these guys trying to find their way around the track and get some clear air.
I'm very jealous. I'm not much of a spectator, but especially with these cars. We spoke about just how much fun these cars are to drive, and sitting here watching these guys turn laps, I really want to be out there, especially driving these things. On the screen, Madison down, making a move up the inside. Oh, it looks like he might just run a little bit wide. Holds on to it though. Not exactly what you want. You want to try and get as much clear air as you can during qualifying. That might slow him up just a fraction, just because you don't get that ideal line into your braking zone.
Unfortunately, I've just lost full life timing due to not having enough battery in the little pad here. So there we go. Got all excited about that one, and now we've lost it.
That's all right. Qualifying we'll get at the end of the session, so you'll just have to bear with us, folks. We'll get it to you as soon as it comes to hand. Join us in the commentary box. It's Justin Murray from V8 Supercar Fan Group. Justin, welcome to the commentary box, mate.
G'day fellas, thanks for having me. How are we going tonight?
Good, mate. We're obviously extremely excited. Just not long ago announced a little bit of our partnership with V8 Supercar Fan Group. No doubt exciting times for us ahead.
Oh yeah, it's pretty awesome from our point of view too. Partner up with you guys with you have your series in high regards. We think it's the best series out there, definitely, V8 Supercars. We're looking forward to the future ahead.
And your involvement doesn't stop with just V8s Online. Obviously, everyone who's part and parcel to the series knows that you've got a V8 Supercar Fan Group team out there that takes part in the iRacing V8 Supercar Series.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad first season for the team. A few good highs, lots of lows though. It's motorsport. We're on next season.
Is there going to be many changes as far as the team for this new upcoming season, or is it pretty much business as usual with your driver lineup?
No comment. No, mate. We expect to make an announcement on the team the next week. We've got a brand new livery. I've seen the design so far, and it looks awesome. It's like eye candy. Gonna be awesome.
We'll no doubt be able to talk more about our partnership next week as the season kicks off. A brand new season of V8 Supercars for 2013. Season 1, so many great drivers in our series, and we're extremely excited here at V8's Online to have this partnership with V8 Supercar Fan Group. No doubt, I don't even have to tell everyone, but for people who haven't seen the V8 Supercar Fan Group website, go and check out their page if you want all the latest news on V8 Supercars. So many great reads, and really enjoyed the piece you had on Scott McLaughlin earlier today. That was brilliant.
Yeah, Scotty's a rising star. I reckon he's going to be a champion in the next 5 years, so... No, that was a good interview, and he races in the series too, which is good. So does Giz. Hopefully get a few more stars moving forward in the year.
It's actually, it's really exciting to see. You know, you go through, the number of people that are racing in the V8 Supercar series and taking part in iRacing. There's only Shane and Scotty that take part in the iRace and the official V8 Supercar League, but so many different other drivers like Nick Percat, and the list goes on and on, but so many other V8 Supercar drivers that are actually part of iRacing, which is brilliant.
Yeah, definitely, and it's Nick Percat around here, because I better duck. I accidentally hit him at Phillip Island a few days ago, so...
No, you're pretty safe,
I got to take cover.
No doubt he'll try and get a bit of payback throughout the year.
Nah, it's all good, mate, it's all good. Hopefully Nick can jump on, because more stars, I reckon, the better. We're quite lucky that us fans can race, drivers like Scotty and Shane, and hopefully more stars in the future.
And the best bit, I think we're so lucky with our series, is that our drivers are so approachable, regardless of who you are or your age or whatever, or what your occupation is. These guys have always got time to have a chat to you, and especially with iRacing, these guys, really enjoy their racing. Obviously they do it full-time gig, but to get on iRacing and race with us guys, it's brilliant, and it'd be good to see more of it.
Oh yeah, definitely, and you try racing a Formula 1 drive online, it just does not happen. Same with MotoGP, I guess, but yeah, we're quite lucky in Australia that V8 Supercars are so approachable and so open too. It's good.
And no doubt, mate, you're going to have it's a busy time of year for you, lead up to Clipsal for the opening round of the V8 Supercars. You're going to be a busy boy.
Oh, it's full on now with the TV broadcast for Channel 7 announced. Test day coming up. You got all the car launches too, the new Holden VF. So it's all happening pretty fast.
It's actually a time of year I don't enjoy too much. This sitting around with no V8 Supercars on telly, it almost kills me. But at least we've got the iRace and V8 Supercar series to fall back on to get a bit of a V8 fix.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully some of our fans can jump on and have a race too. And I understand there's lots of divisions too. So if you're a newcomer, you can still have a go.
Yeah, we can't encourage anyone enough to jump on iRacing. It's a brilliant simulator, and so many different categories to wet your whistle, whether it's road racing, oval racing, but hey, most important, get in the old V8 Supercar bandwagon and you'll have a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, and it's probably the best V8 Supercar mod out there. Well, it is definitely the best out there. Hard to go the day, you put your foot on the brake, that's it, into the sand. Like a real V8 Supercar, we're quite lucky that people's taken the time to make this so real.
So we're going to quickly touch on qualifying. We're 8 minutes gone in this 15-minute session, and it looks like Richard Hampstead P1 at the moment, fastest in the timesheets. Good to see the Hammer. He's a regular in the V8 Supercar series, but looks like he's got his head around the McLaren fairly quickly.
Yeah, Richard's definitely doing a good job, and obviously the defending V8 Supercar champion, and it's good to see that he's got a lot of pace in this car, because it is quite different, and good to I think he did a 1 minute .4. So I've lost my live timing, so I'm just going through now and trying to keep up to date where everyone is, because being such a short track, every time I know where someone is, it's changed. So
yeah, 1 minute .469 we're hearing. So yeah, good lap. Right, now Justin, we know you're a busy boy. We should let you get out of the commentary box, but we're super excited about your involvement with V8 Online and V8 Supercar Fan Group, and no doubt we look forward to chatting to you next week for the opening round of the new season of V8 Supercars.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Hopefully I'm allowed back in here. I just want to give a shout out to some of the fans in Queensland and Victoria, the floods and the fires. We're thinking about you. We're going to support you. I believe Red Cross has got an appeal going, so if you've got a few dollars, donate. But thanks, boys. Looking forward to the race.
Cheers, mate. Very worthy cause, and yeah, our thoughts go out to everyone affected in Queensland and Victoria. It's some of the images on TV are pretty terrible, but hopefully everyone stays safe, and we appreciate it, Justin. We look forward to chatting to you next week, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
So back to qualifying. Wow, the session goes so fast. We're almost 10 minutes gone, 15 minutes in this qualifying session, and it's going to be race 4 almost over and done with, mates. It's Race of Champions has gone so quick this season. Yeah,
it's a real shame, that we've almost come to an end, but we've still got one fantastic race, and it's a bit longer than the last one as well, I imagine. So, definitely going to be sad to see it go. We have to wait another 12 weeks for it to come back, but it has been, honestly, every time that this event's put on, it just steps up to a new level, and I think the same's going to be happen again next season. And we've heard that Chris Tarrant's already planning and working on Race Champions 4, even though it's 12 weeks away. So, really looking forward to it.
Now we should go and chase up and find out how Mr. Kennedy's going. We won't talk to him just yet because he's a busy boy in qualifying, but does he find himself P27 on the sheet at the moment? His fastest lap was his last time round too, so it looks like he's just practiced a bit of pit entry, which is a smart move. And on screen we're going to see how Richard Hampstead going.
Obviously now about halfway around the track into that slow right-hander there. It's very, very tight, and if you can be brave on the brakes, you actually get a good pass up there. Like he's got one of the DCM cars, John Latham just ahead. Not quite close enough to get the draft, but if you can get a nice little toe down this straight, it's also going to come in handy in qualifying, I believe.
Josh sitting in P2 at the moment. Obviously trying his hardest to retain that number 1 on the door, but it'll probably take a little while to play out once this race is finished, just to jumble up all the points. So obviously there was a big mix-up with that last race, but he'd be absolutely over the moon to finish in 8th position, considering where he was or his condition was on lap 1.
Yeah, definitely, to be upside down and rolling on lap 1, as we said, come back to inside the top 10 was just amazing. I think he should get that number 1 back just on merit after that one, because that was just absolutely brilliant drive.
So we're just under 3 minutes to go. It's still Richard Hampstead sitting on top of the timesheets. You can see a lot of guys just trying to find some clear space. It's almost approaching that point in the race where these guys will want to bolt on fresh tyres.
Dane Van Gisbergen going to second, I believe, on his last lap, or 1 minute .598 in the ANZ Motorsports McLaren.
You never can rule him out. He was P12 in practice, but yeah, a quick shoot up the order for P2, and no doubt the cream always tends to rise to the top in these races, and it's always brilliant to watch.
Keeping an eye on Renz Brookman, that lap just hit his fastest as well, 1 minute .757, so we were looking to get a little bit more out of that, but should put him somewhere near the top. The traffic out here though is unbelievable at the moment. I mean, these guys have only got just a couple of car lengths to play with.
It is quite special, isn't it, when you look at practice? There's 35 cars were out on track for warm-up, so brilliant to have that many people, so many people. There's actually too many people that really were interested in racing, unfortunately. I think it was around 60 people maybe, and unfortunately there's just not that many positions on track, so it's brilliant to have that sort of interest in Race of Champions.
Yeah, it has been great. I mean, like I said, the first time they come out, a couple of guys were like, "Oh yeah, no, it looks like it could be good," and then the second time around, everyone wanted to get into it, and then again for this one, it's just growing, and it's a bit of a shame that iRacing has to limit the amount of pit stalls. I mean, obviously we can't go around having 100 drivers, but there's so many people that want to get involved in this event, and it's definitely hard for Chris to work out who makes it, who doesn't. But we've got drivers from all over the place, whether it be the V8 supercar, oval driving, and sports cars, open wheels, and it's good. We've got some of the best Australian drivers, best Australian sim racers rather, out there at the moment.
So top three in qualifying is Richard Hampstead over Shane Van Gisbergen and Josh Muggleton holding on to P3. Now, a tight little twisty racetrack. I'm not too familiar with turn one, mate. Have the guys got their handful barreling into turn one for this track?
Well, it's a rolling start, so turn one shouldn't be too bad. It is pretty tight though. Remember when we raced a V8 supercar here, you sort of go in there and try and make a position or two, but you got a right-hander and then into a quick double left, so it's going to be interesting, but maybe not like Interlagos, but definitely going to be an interesting one.
Just having a quick look. Looks like James Stevenson is in P4 at the moment. Just try and flick through the order and see who's P5. It looks like Scott McLaughlin finds himself P5. And that is the session over. Geez, time got away from us, mate.
Yeah, it went fast, that one. It's good to announce, obviously, the new partnership and then get back to the qualifying and say what I'm really looking forward to this one. It has everything, all the potential to be the best race. And after the last one, it's a big ask, but I think it can be done.
Yep, 28 laps. As we spoke to Jay earlier, he said there's probably only about 7 or 8 laps of fuel to start the race. So these guys are required to do a pit stop and will make for some interesting racing. And joining us in the commentary box now is Jay Kennedy. Jay, how'd that session go for you, mate?
Yeah, that was tough out there. It's hard to get room and hard to give room. So it was not much fun out there. Did a lot of driving on the grass to get out of everyone's way, but I'm pretty happy. I think 28. So improvement on where I was yesterday, but a little bit down on where I was in that early race. Yeah, 28th.
Oh, good job, mate. Biggest key, like last one, mate, to stay out of trouble. And you never know. It's a long race. 28 laps around here.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a long race, and as I said, it's not a lot of fuel in the car to start with. So rolling start, we'll see guys come in after lap 1. No doubt, almost pretty much the full field will come in after lap 1.
All right, so just bear with us, folks. We're just waiting for the timesheets to become available. Just waiting for it to refresh.
There we go.
I believe it was Richard Hampstead. There it is. Richard Hampstead over Shane Van Gisbergen, Josh Muggleton in third, James Stevenson in fourth, Madison Down P5, Scott McLaughlin 6th, Justin Ruggier 7th, looking to bounce back after a terrible race 3. Rings Brookman in 8th, Chris Osborne 9th, and Anton Di Pasquale in P10. We'll quickly run through the rest of the order. It's Andrew Carl in 11th, Mitchell Abrell in P12, Corey Osborne over John Latham, Reece Gardner, Sean Kelly, Carl Watmore, Matthew Nethercote, Chris Tarrant and David Higston in 20th position. Over the page in 21st, it's Matty Barron, Clayton Brooks, Justin D. Janamenko, it's Simon Black in 24th, Marty Atkins in 25th, in 26th, Samuel Collins, 27th is Damien Butler, 28th, our very own Jay Kennedy, in 29th, Nathan Britton, in 30th position, it's Richard Stanovic, in 31st, it's Michael Karloff, in 32nd, Scott Fontaine, John Barry in 33rd, Robert Leake, 34th, Benjamin Rothberg in 35th, Stuart Wood in 36th, and Des Hallen in 37. So that's your field for the final race, race 4 for Race of Champions 3. We've had 3 different winners so far. Let's see if we can have a 4th different winner in as many races. These guys are going to have their work cut out for them in the McLarens around Sebring. 28 laps with a compulsory pit stop. And we will cap all the action in just a few minutes' time. We'll take a short break, but stick around for the final race of Race for Champions 3, 28 laps around Sebring. We'll be back in just a few minutes' time.